Since the Netherbrain fell, you and Shadowheart have seen more of Faerun than you ever thought possible. She no longer shies from wolves or water. Nothing in the world frightens her anymore.
Nice.
And you feel you could face anything by her side. One day, you receive a letter passed to you by a stranger who bows with deference. An invitation to a gathering of the friends and allies who stood by your side in the fight against the Absolute. You waste no time in packing and set off on the long road back to where all of your adventures together began.
Astarion's actually here. I'll be surprised. I'll be damned about that. Because last we saw of him, he was burning up, but I didn't do anything bad to him per se. And Karlach and Wyll are back. Okay, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below.
So see, their endings weren't as,
For with thine bond,
you know, defined.
Thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt.
But it also just begs the questions: if Withers can summon her forth from Avernus, you know, why can't she come live here like 6 months out of the year and only go back long enough to, you know, reset her infernal engine, then come back again for another 6 months? It's like a visitor's visa.
Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
This dude's got immense power to be able to pull this off, right? Alright, I could dig it. Scratch!
A familiar sight. Scratch can't quite speak around the thing he has in his mouth.
What do you got this time, buddy?
I found this. It smelled like you, so I kept it. Seemed like something you might like to throw?
I'd be happy to. How have you been?
Oh, I've been so good. I've got a nice home in the city now. A girl named Mindy says I'm her best friend. She's mine too. Also you and Owlbear. I've got so many best friends, I hardly know who to play with.
Nice. Glad to hear you fared well.
I certainly have, and I always will. Forever, I think. And so will you.
Nice. So he brought me the, yeah, the inert astral prism. I'll be damned. Owlbear, what's up, buddy?
Friend? Friend! You came! Big brother Scratch, too!
Yeah!
Happy.
We're totally petting our owlbear, buddy. I got a little teary-eyed at the owlbear, guys. That's freaking awesome. There's a missing animation there as I scratch it, apparently. I don't give a shit. Also something missing there.
Miss this. More.
Nice! You're a lot bigger than Scratch now, buddy.
Yes. Big. But Scratch is smart. Teaches me many things. Like Big Brother.
Nice. Well, I'm glad Withers brought you here.
Withers? No. You smell very delicious. Follow smell, find you.
What have you been up to?
Lots. Make friends with a turtle, a cat, a kraken. Kraken eats my cat friend, so I bite, kill. With shiny clothes, I am strong. Tired now. Want sleep. Want cave.
You need someone to look after you. How about Halsin?
Bear man? He is big, but not bigger than me. I like him. I go go to him.
Nice. Shadowheart.
I didn't expect to be nervous.
We got the whole voice cast together. That's nice.
Seeing everyone here like this. It's strange, isn't it? I feel like I must have dreamed the last few months. Now I'm waking up back in camp with my hair smelling like wood smoke and fallen leaves stuck to my backside.
Your backside's just fine. Trust me, I've been checking regularly.
Oh, I've noticed. Ever since I first slipped into my camp garments, I should think. So, we should divvy up what we tell people about what we've been doing these past few months. I'd hate to be a bore that comes along and regurgitates the same story to someone moments after you've told them. Any ideas?
Nice. I'm your willing accomplice. Whatever you think's worth telling.
Well, there's the visit to the House of the Moon, fending off Sharan assassins. That stray imp that joined us. Bing bong, wasn't it?
We've had a busy 6 months, apparently.
Squeezed in a lot. And I'm glad I got to share it all with you. I'm sure we'll have them hanging off our every word. I'll leave you to do some mingling, unless you need anything else. That can be arranged.
Another smooch moment, and then we'll go off to the. I love her outfit, by the way. His outfit, I feel, is a little too gaudy, but hers is just filigree. His is like whole
Almost a
patterns.
shame we're with company.
Very
I'd
fancy.
be tempted to let you whisk me away someplace quiet. With music in the air and wine flowing, I think I'll manage.
There's
Don't
nothing wrong
get
with a
into
good bit of
trouble,
wine.
But if you must,
And a soiree.
fetch me first.
Alright. That's those three talked to.
Now there's a face I know.
Lae'zel, you're looking amazing.
Friend.
Is she here psychically?
2 months I trained the Knights of the Comet. For 2 more I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through limbo.
Keep it up the
See
badass
face.
change.
It brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head.
Oh, I failed my Arcana. I'm suspecting that the Arcana roll is to be like telling us more about why she looks the way she does. Or no, there's an option right here. Never mind. You're looking a little bit solid than I expected.
A bit. It's taken a dozen Gish's talents, a few stolen side crystals.
It is a projection. Okay,
and
never mind.
10 days of effort to conjure my projection. Worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This Fey Run.
How are your efforts to topple Vlaakith?
We've spilled blood, gained a foothold in the astral, but still we need allies. And one beyond reckoning has made itself known. Zerith Minyaragith.
Okay, who's that?
Not a what, but a who. The immortal god king of the Githzerai. An exiled people. Once kin with mine.
This
until
is
the
badass.
madness of civil war ripped our one sky into 2. Our Gish sent word of the rebellion to Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to parley.
Nice.
It's fallen to me to secure an alliance.
The great warrior Lae'zel on a diplomatic mission.
Exactly the reaction I expected. My blade is keen as ever. But it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge.
Oh, nice.
Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck. Minyaragith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him. And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but one direction. I am the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces. My people will be free.
Please tell me that if you romance her, you get to go with her. That would be
You've
really
heard that
cool.
refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm.
All right, when will I see you again?
Soon. When the comet has risen. When the Lich Queen has crumbled to dust. I miss this place. More to the point, I missed you. I'll be back one day. The Overgod himself couldn't keep me away.
Nice. All right, that is them talk 2.
There you are.
Wyll
I
is
was hoping you'd
next.
make your way over. There you are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
Breathe deeply and take in the sense around you.
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite recognize.
Forest trees draped in moss. Bittersweet, smoky, and that faintest hint of vanilla. A far cry from the rancid Avernus heat that's been clogging my lungs. I swear, Karlach and I have felled enough cambions to build a fortress with their horns. Who'd have thought that just one of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good? One of them sported a map and some blueprints. If you want all the gory details, Karlach can fill you in.
So they might be able to get out eventually. Have you been faring without your warlock
I
powers?
think the splinters I made out of the last bone devil I saw speak for themselves. Not to pat myself too hard on the back, but I'm not such a bad ranger if I do say so myself.
All right.
Well, that's enough hell talk for the moment. The night's young. You shouldn't go wasting it.
I don't plan on it.
Or wasting any of the wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oh, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
You do that, sir. Have fun. All right. We've got
Cool,
Jaheira.
fresh air.
Well now, you can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to.
I missed you too.
Ah, how nice to be understood again. I have spent the past months bickering with builders and bankers, all to restore the city exactly as it was. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers, same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon, same cisterns overflowing, huh?
It's a kip, but it's our kip.
Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three, but nothing I will sniff at any longer. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two, if they don't expel her. Again.
Oh, well and good, but what about you? What have you been up to?
there is still much to do. People to house, a Harper network to rebuild. I may have little love for this city, but so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you.
I'm gonna use the Shadowheart option.
Ah, sentiment. With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs. I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
No time for sentiments.
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking very well indeed. Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post.
Nice. Getting yourself into more trouble, I presume? No, I'm just gonna say it's wonderful to see you.
Busy as ever. Better that than the reverse, wouldn't you say? Every major publishing house on the Sword Coast has been vying for my upcoming book on the subject of our adventures together.
Adventures.
I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form. You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think?
I love it, presuming I'm the hero.
Oh, that would be telling, wouldn't it? But believe you me, my friend, not a word could have been written without you. Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you. Your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
You would think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more.
Honestly, the time's flown by.
Perhaps that is so for you, but for me... It may be that a peaceful life after so many years of tumult has made me sentimental. I dwell upon what we shared. That bond was forged in a crucible that can never be stoked again, Oak Father willing. It is a bond that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
You sound like you need a drink.
Well, I am not normally given to imbibing, but this is a special occasion, and I believe our dear Withers procured a fine honey mead as part of the celebratory victuals. Even the most ascetic of nature servants would be tempted by such an elixir, but that can wait. Your company is what truly drew me. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing.
He tries a little too hard, his man crush. What have you been up to?
In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all.
Nice.
In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into new homes, and the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony. stronger together.
Sounds nice.
It is, truly. Though a more complex, evolving beast than I could ever have anticipated. I spoke often of balance before. Only now do I realize the balance is no simple, fixed thing. We welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. Naturally, it can be chaotic at times, but it is a thrilling sort of chaos. It thrives in ways I could never have dreamed of.
Well, I'm glad you're happy.
As am I. I may age more slowly than most, but I do believe I've gained some new laughter lines of late. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see. My charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall. They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake.
Alright, let's see what I have.
I am all ears. Though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image.
Alright. Regale Halsin with tales of your past. Does it matter which one or three? Recount some of your recent exploits, sparing no detail.
I am glad you have kept yourself occupied. No doubt I'll be able to spin a few yarns for the children from this. Thank you. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else.
So there's, if I wanted to, I could keep talking to him more. Ah, I get to tell him about the owlbear. I may have volunteered you for something. If you'll forgive me.
Do you truly even need to ask? Of course. Who could not open their home to a befeathered hero of Baldur's Gate?
Nice.
And I did promise the children I would bring them back a surprise. Oh, imagine their faces.
That's going to be the best surprise ever. Alright.
Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this. Ducks are my favorite, but I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
Thank you.
Just a token to remember me by. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on. Enjoy the festivities. We can speak again later.
Nice.
Evening when we had to eat
Alright, that's them. Anybody over here? Astarion, I'm genuinely surprised he's here. Karlach's like, hell yes, you're here.
Look who decided to turn up. I wasn't sure our withered old friend could live up to his promise. But here we are. And you're looking more delicious than ever, if you don't mind me saying. Whatever you've been doing with your time, it clearly worked wonders.
Huh. I can thank my partner for that.
Love is a powerful tonic. And where better to celebrate our good fortune? An old haunt with old friends.
Technically, I was never his friend, because I just didn't choose to, like, expel him for being a vampire. I never did any of his quests at all. So I'm gonna
Yes. No,
go talk to the
of
others.
course. I'm very busy too. Go and mingle. I'll be here, darling. Living my best life.
I will eventually have to play a character who takes him in the party because he's won a ton of awards for his role as Astarion. All right, who is over here? Oh, that's Wyll. He's actually so they're moving off and actually sitting down, eating and drinking and stuff. Karlach.
I cannot remember the last.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. He wasn't kidding. Withers, you mad bastard! You brought me back! Soldier. It's really you. I've missed you, man. Like, I've really missed you. And you're so clean.
Missed you too.
I'd say so. Can't think of who's been carrying your pack now that Kay's out of commission. Man, we had some good times. Wish Wyll and I had more time to reminisce, but surviving Avernus is just non-stop. Still, having him there has been incredible. You really can get through anything with someone you love at your side. Oh, but hey, guess what we found? Cambion dropped a map with directions and blueprints for Zariel's own private forge. A fucking forge! Our current plan is to get in, grab a smith, and force him to fix old Rusty. Or maybe give
That's
me
interesting
a
to
brand
know.
new model that can live outside of Avernus. You haven't seen the last of old Karlach yet, soldier.
Nice. Can I have a hug?
You don't need to ask, soldier.
I'm really interested to see that full storyline played out with my sorcerer since he's gone the option to romance her. I love all the characters in this game, man. They did such a good
I
job.
won't be in Avernus forever, you know. Can I look you up when I'm out?
Fuck yeah, you can look me up. You had better or I'll hunt you down myself.
Hey, that would be kind of fun, though. High stakes hide and seek. Honestly, I'd be curious to see if you could land a blow or two. Gods, is it good to see you again. To be here together. Hard not to get used to it all over again. This won't be the last time. I promise.
Alright, who's left?
You see, Boo? I told you our friend was near.
Withers has a keen eye for a nice vintage. Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates?
We are not dreaming. It is our old friend.
It's good to see you too.
Oh, and it is good to be seen. Oh, after so many days down in the dark, Minsc began to wonder if he was some blind bug who had only dreamed himself to be large and bulksome. You will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were not expecting the Dusty One to open a portal to our very cell.
You were in a cell.
Boo had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsc to cover.
What were you in a cell for?
Minsc and Boo have been helping, of course. We guard the streets, while Jaheira is occupied with harperish matters. The Zentarum rule the city's underbelly, so Minsc and Boo went to give them a tickle. There were harsh words, battle cries, some manner of head wound. We awoke in a Zentish cell, awaiting trial by noble combat. Execution, says Boo, though I am not sure of the difference. It is a long walk to the gallows, and Minsc still has his fists, no?
This year I know you're off the leash.
She told Minsc and Boo to behave themselves, which is why we shall be back in our cell by dawn. But leave such matters for the morn. Tonight is for celebration and the telling of tales. How have you filled your days since we tore this sticky tyrant from the sky?
Living my life.
Aha, the lovebirds still nest together then? Minsc is glad. For what is life without a companion? Though I am thinking yours does not sit on your shoulders, eh? Ah, you are right, Boo. That is none of Minsc's business.
That's right.
There is much merriment to be made before the night is done. Go and greet the others. Minsc shall make himself presentable. Ah, this pond shall do nicely, Boo. Though I see no soap. So you shall have to blow the bubbles for me.
Haven't seen Gale yet. We got a bard up here.
Cool, fresh air.
Milil.
By the living gods, I need it. Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice.
No. Uninvited guests, who are you?
You have no idea who I am, do you? I thought Withers might have set the stage a little.
Uh-huh. How do you know Withers?
I owe him a favor, one he is eternally invoking. I thought honoring the worthy was a fair price to pay for Withers to pull me out of the fugue plane. Alas, one purgatory to another.
I think you're being quite dramatic. This is hardly purgatory.
Perhaps I've not sufficiently explained my predicament. Before I was banished to the fugue plane, I had song prayers coming out the proverbial ears. Guess how many I get now? None. I'm washed up, I'm afraid.
Well, I'd like you to play a different song, please.
Go on then. What should I play?
Do you have any new compositions?
Fine. It's your party after all.
No, don't. Yeah, go down. Yeah, so far haven't seen Gale. Aha! Aha! No, that's Withers. I don't want to talk to Withers yet. Oh no, get out of the water. Halsin, Karlach, Astarion, Volo. Yeah, the only one I don't see is Gale. Well, maybe I'm meant to go talk to Withers. I like the flute right here. Yeah, am I missing something? Anybody? Does anybody know? Because I don't see Gale anywhere here. And I'd hate to miss something. I love this music. Because Gale had a good ending. He was going to get the crown and turn it back into Mystra. That music reminds me so much of The Witcher 3. I never did finish. Hang on, what do we got over here? No, that's Lae'zel. Ah! Ah! Found him.
Well, look what the Tressim dragged in. Professor Gale Decarius of Blackstaff Academy, educator of the esteemed School of Illusion. A pleasure to remake your acquaintance.
Nice to see you, bro. Give him a hug.
Well, that was quite lovely. I'm glad you're as pleased to see me as I am you. I have to say, I'm quite grateful to just be Gale for the evening. I fear my students find me somewhat intimidating due to my, explosive former reputation. I seem to put the fear of the gods into them. Or the fear of Mystra, to be more specific. I surrendered the crown of Karsus to her, as I told you I would. And in return, she cured me of the orb at last. Even now, I struggle to put the feelings into words. It was like exhaling for the first time after holding my breath for so very long. Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat. The legend of my explosive capabilities is an excellent means of controlling a classroom. Too good, if anything. I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile on an intellect devourer than some of my pupils.
I'm glad to hear that. I could say, yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Magic is no idle study.
Still, I hoped my students might be a little more open to the playful side of such magic. Oh, they try their best, of course, when they can manage to stay awake.
The cheek of them! Nothing a well-placed swipe from Tara can't fix, though.
Nice, Tara.
And what of you? What are you making of this newfound lease of life we earned?
I found the love of my life, so I'd have to say I'm pretty happy.
And I couldn't be happier for you. A fitting reward for the sacrifices you made in getting here. I've told my students plenty of tales about our escapades. You're something of a hero to them, you know? I'd be delighted to introduce you to my current cohort as a guest lecturer, perhaps. I'm sure they'd have plenty of questions for you.
Happy to do it, man. That sounds awesome. My pleasure.
Excellent. I knew you wouldn't be able to resist the allure of sharing your expertise. Of course, you'll be most welcome to stay with me in my tower. My apologies, Tara. That would be our tower.
Welcome to the channel, Ed.
It will give us plenty of time to catch up on your adventures. I'm very curious to know what you've been up to these past months. But I suspect the telling of that tale would keep you tied to me all evening. So, in the spirit of selflessness, I encourage you to mix and mingle for now, with time enough to come.
All right. Umberlee Koto sashimi scandal. There's a Kuatoa sashimi scandal. Oh my god. Ravengard returned to full strength. Gondians disband. Gaunt's time is come and gone. Gondians no more. Wolben's Bongle. Ironhand Gnomes takes center stage. Serial killer. Unmasked crazed Balist. Ironhands and Gondians rebuild city's new era of ingenuity. Planar planes. Cut sight. City caught in center of Githyanki wars. Is there more than one or are they all the same? Oh no, they're all different. Volo's Guide to Baldur's Gate. Bard sings contributors to new edition. Last holdout cultist cleared from Temple of Baal. Iron Throne wreckage continues to block shipping lanes. Can play merchant settlers bound for lands upriver amid claims curses lift. Take your burdens to the House of Grief. I Harper no more. Hero Druid goes to ground. And they've got a picture of Jaheira. Thorm's army dispersed from Baldurian borders. Stone Lord killed by beloved ranger. Sight of Foundry Blast will sanction Officer's Fist. Where's the third one? There it is. No, that was the one I already read. This is the one. Small Sun, tour new district built by Alturian refugees. 6 months since the assassination of Archduke Gortash. Janeth House remains closed off to callers. Lady and Recluse. New Bardic School Tiefling founder secures upper city funding. Monument plan for Heroes of the High Hall. Oh my goodness. So I guess is, you know, because I had the good ending, probably. To the hero of the realms, we followed your adventure closely from the day you fell from that doomed nautiloid to the final blow you struck the Netherbrain as it loomed over the Souled Coast. We were but a humble guild who prides ourselves to tell its stories, not unlike the tales to be written of you for many years to come. Thus we thought to extend a greeting to thank you for adventuring with such creative determination, such panache. With deepest gratitude, the Guild of Great Genius. Barkus. Withers gave me this address and said I could consider writing. Thus an update. The Ironhound members are nearly beyond help, but I've managed to yoke them into something resembling a coherent force for innovation. We've been hired to assist in the city's reconstruction. Well, I trust you are too. We deserve it after all. Art. I don't remember who Art was. It says I can no longer hold a quill or eat without assistance, but Thaniel is here. I rejoined with Oliver, and he's promised to be with me to the end comes. So that had something to do with Thaniel, which I don't remember who Art was though. Valeria, I'm ready to request your help in a mysterious case that arisen since our last Balian bash half year ago. I've had to take credit for dispelling the ball cult in your absence. That has made me a target. If you happen to be passing through with a bundle of coin, perhaps you could trade management of my obvious innocence. Much obliged. Nice. Raven God. Hero of Baldur's Gate, vanquisher of the Absolute. The city is forever in your debt. Yes, it is. Baldur's Gate can never be the city it was. The survivors have bore witness to their near home's destruction. Come to regret turning a blind eye to Gortash. Alright, so he's going to be working on ridding the city of them. Oh, the guy in the bed! That's right, Keen. I forgot about that. Chris says, check minimap. I found it, thankfully. Bone Man said I need to find balance. He was right. After I touched the idol of the grove, it was like a big tree started growing my head. I've been following the weave. After you squashed the brain, Beardman showed up. That's got to be Elminster. Said the weave led me to him and me to him. He's teaching me how to make sense of all these leaves in my head tree. He says he needs to use magic responsibly. He also says not to call him Beardman. It's got to be Elminster.
Good song, good company, and good wine.
Nocturne. Dear Shadowheart, hope you're happy and well. Perhaps one day you'll find some measure of bravery that didn't walk away from this life. Oh, she might eventually do it as well. We'll see. Elminster! Yeah, my boy! Alright. Only apologize for my absence from Wither's gathering. I'm glad you came to your senses about the crown, Gale. I trust you're enjoying your adventures.
I could eat a beholder. What's cooking?
Letter from Damon, my favorite smith. Write to me, won't you, Karlach? Please, yours faithfully. Alfira. I remember the most amazing news. You remember how Lucretia was working insane hours at the Elf Song Tavern? She woke me up one morning, all excited, told me a surprise for me. Took me to her house in Lower City. Oh, a plaque with your and Layla's names on it and says School of Music beneath. I can't believe it. I burst into tears. The cutest house I've ever seen. Hell yeah, she's got all these trainee bards. Flora, dearest friend, I doubted you for so long. I may have doubted you, but you never did. With profound admiration, Floric. Devella, from the desk of Blaze Devella, Fountainhead High Constable of the Flaming Fist. 2, Honorary Flaming Fist Junior Inspector number 3, address provided by Dislocated Skeleton name of Withers. Greetings and salutations, or congratulations. I thought naming you Honorary Junior Investigator would go some small way to thanking you for your help with the Ball Cult. This is the thing books about Bale never get across, the stench. I found a literally bad stuff in there. You know they were ritually killing another ball spawn? I'm hoping the Society of Brilliance could do something with relics we uncover. Love to pick your brain about a few cases. Yours faithfully, Devella. Meh. Letter from Voss. Githyanki script Tersu adorns one side of the page, the other's written in the common tongue. Shellac. All fast may not be with us, but the comet shines ever bright. Alright. Our allies do not call themselves Turtle of Gith. Zerath Minir Gith, that there's Godting has requested an audience. Oh yeah. Lae'zel's gonna do big things. Letter from Hope. She had a dream. And she served bread and jam and oat crackers and cheeses and enough tea to quench her thirst. And you know what? A cup of tea sounds delightful right now. With some bread and jam, some bread and butter and jam. I have not had breakfast yet, so I legit might have that for breakfast. I don't have the words to answer, so I led you through the house and showed you all the souls that are here with me. They were Raphael's once, but now they only belong to themselves. The archive is now an art gallery. The boudoir is a grand kitchen, and the dungeons is a refuge for any wounded soul or creature. Am I happy? I don't know, but I am Hope, and I persist because of you. That's good. That's good writing, man. Letter from Marina. I finally had my baby, a beautiful boy. I can't believe I ever thought of giving him up. I decided to name him Connor after his dad. With Ethel gone, myself and some other hag survivors have started our own publishing house. I'm halfway through my first book. Mind you, it's all about how to kill hags, but you know what they say, write what you know. With every pamphlet we publish, more people show up to support our groups. That's nice. It breaks my heart, though, to see how much harm Ethel did. As long as I live, another hag won't set foot in Baldur's Gate. You have my word. Nice. Letter from Nine Fingers. Except a few casks of fine vintage. You know, that was something I never finished, was the Thieves Guild quest with this playthrough. Never finished it. Zevlor. I do not know what oath we cling to now or how long it will last, but we shall use it to ensure that this city will not suffer as Elturel did, whether it wants us or not. It's more than thanks alone I owe. No words can make amends for what I did to my people, but that is as it should be. More come to the temple every day to aid in the relief efforts, and I am permitted to work alongside them, then I am content. Well, at least he found some measure of penance. Well, that was a nice little 45-minute edition. And I'm sure I've heard that it changes quite a lot depending on your playthrough. So I'm very interested. I feel like it's been a very good decision to just hold off on playing my Sorcerer until I got the Xbox version and everything else, because they keep just adding more and more. People have talked about the definitive editions. I own the definitive editions. Those were the ones I played of Divinity Original Sin 2. So I didn't know that they released games and then patched them up like the way they did. And eventually came out with those definitive editions that I've played. So knowing that that's the way that Larian does things, Looking forward to some sort of definitive edition for Baldur's Gate 3 is that's going to be pretty epic. Because who knows if they're going to continue to add stuff after they get the Xbox version out, or if that's going to be it. In terms of this game, who knows what's their next project.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel?
I feel satisfied. Accomplished everything I wanted to do.
I am pleased to hear it. The satisfaction of one's intention is, to my surprise, a rare accomplishment. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
What comes next?
What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready. For thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
To the greatest friends I could dream of.
To you.
So it's probably going to roll credits now? Yeah. So I gotta say, you know, that's a very satisfying and very unexpected end. I did not expect them to come and add an epilogue like that. So really well done. I definitely got enjoyment out of that. An extra 45 minutes of Baldur's Gate 3 was not a bad way to spend my morning. I do want to check out one more thing. But before we get to that, the stream's going to continue onwards. Oh, never mind. Hang on.
The dead
Oh, this is the same speech he gave before.
Thy face is God's, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou sought to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools. Everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel, felled by mortals. I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
All right. For those of you watching this in the episode format, this is going to be the end of the episode. The stream will continue on. So Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. There will be another playthrough coming as soon as I get the version on the Xbox. It'll be after Rogue Trader, though. I got way too much Rogue Trader to focus on for the month of December and probably into January. But assuming that I don't have something to jump into right away, I'll probably be ready to dive back into a second playthrough on the Xbox. Probably just pick up my Sorcerer where I left off and go from there. But in the meantime, we got Rogue Trader next week, so I got more prep to do. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Multi-streams happen daily, 5:30 a.m., 8 p.m. Central, Twitch and YouTube. And yeah, check out all the other playlists because we do a lot of different games. In the meantime, for those of you who are watching the stream, we're going to continue onwards.